Hey guys, Adam from Luxury Auto, and today we're going to be looking at this 2023 BMW 530i xDrive. It's got just under 38,000 miles and it's priced at just under $38,000. And as you can see in the corner there, it is certified. Now, this is the last year before the redesign in 24, and I gotta say, I actually kind of like this a lot. It's just, I feel like this is just kind of like what BMW does. Just a great car at a good price, certified. It's a great deal. So let's go ahead, take a little bit of a walk around on it and see what this puppy's all about. Okay, so here we have kind of the classic BMW front end styling with the very nice looking headlights. BMW does some of the best headlights in the game, where I would say Audi is probably absolute top tier. BMW is a very, very close second on this, but 38,000 miles, this car is in basically perfect condition. It is a little bit dirty. Sorry, I did not get a chance to get this washed up before I took it, but just kind of walking around the outside here, seems like it's in really great shape. On this wheel right here does look like, I don't know, there might be a little bit of a scuff. Yep, there's a little bit of scuffing right there. But paint-wise, looks like this is in very, very good shape. Looks like we've got another little curb rash right there. I'll go ahead and pull the window sticker here in just a second so we can take a look at it. But yeah, she's in really good shape. Now this one comes in this gorgeous brown interior, and I love that manufacturers are starting to do this more and more and more because, you know, black interiors, they just get old after a while. But here's the sticker that we have, 2023 530xi. As you can see, 37, let's call it 37.7. It is certified and it is just under 38,000 miles. Stock number is B7205P, again for sale at Luxury Auto. If you're interested in this, just get a hold of me. Would love to show it to you, but as you can see, you get a nice sunroof, and the thing that these 530s do so well is they're just such a great daily drivable car. Same thing with like the 330s and everything like that. Do you get as much fun and performance as a 540 or something like that? No, but this is just a great all-around daily drivable car. Let's go ahead, take a look inside the interior here. Now, personally, this is where I think this car really shines. Again, we've got this really nice kind of like brown interior color. We've got the previous gen iDrive going on here, which for me personally, I feel like this is just really well done. It's not taking up a whole bunch of space. It's not super complicated. It's just enough. You can dial in just enough settings and everything like that. Same way with like this dash. Just, I don't know, really well done, really nice touches. But let's go ahead, fire this up, and let's take it for a little bit of a drive. Now, at 38,000 miles, this car still feels totally brand new. I mean, it just, no rattles or squeaks or anything like that. Everything works exactly the way that it should. Everything still feels very tight and precise. Some of the things I just kind of want to talk about with this, again, if you've had BMWs before, all of this stuff is going to be very familiar, but I actually kind of miss this from BMW. Having an actual shifter, there's just something about having an actual real shifter, putting stuff into gear that just feels really nice. And BMW always did a good job with this, where it has just a nice tactile feedback. Right here, you have your different driving modes. You can turn traction control off right there. You've got Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro. Let's make sure we're in Comfort really quick. Okay, yep, we're in Comfort. Now, the one thing that I don't like that BMW does, and I think they are doing away with this, is this dumb cruise control limiter. Do not understand why they ever thought this would be a good idea. Glad that I believe they are going away from it, because I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that they try to set their cruise control, but because they set the cruise control limit, that it won't actually go that speed and everything like that. It's just, ugh, no, just let me set the cruise control. I know what my cruise control limit should be. Thanks. If someone knows why BMW even put that in there in the first place, would love to know. Go ahead and put it in the comments. But for right now, we're just going to enjoy the drive. Sorry, I had to dodge a little bit of road construction there. We're just gonna enjoy the drive. Now this one does come with lane assist, it looks like, and adaptive cruise control, which is really, really nice. All of your like media functions are right here on the right-hand side. If I wanna turn up the radio, I can do it right there. The buttons have a very nice tactile feedback. In this year, you still get standard climate control, like actual buttons, which I'm always a fan of having actual buttons for climate control. Now in this year, you still get physical climate control buttons, which I'm always a fan of having actual buttons for climate control. There's just something about going into a screen and like tapping up or down. Just give me a dial or give me a button or, you know, something. But of course, you've got your standard modes here. This only has heated seats. It does not have cooled seats. You do get a heated steering wheel right there on the bottom. Now, in doing a little bit of research, it seems like this comes standard with wireless phone charging. So I put my phone right there. And I believe that one of the reasons why they didn't come standard with wireless phone charging in the previous years was due to COVID and chip shortages and everything like that. So nice that we have that. It is kind of a little bit of an awkward spot. I'm sure it's meant so that you're not constantly grabbing it in and out, and then you can just focus on driving. But just, I don't know, just an observation more than anything. Cup holders in this, just woefully small. If you like your big gulps, you are not going to like this car, but I mean, that's just German brands for you. Steering in the car feels very nice, very smooth. In comfort mode, not really seeing anything that is bad about it, just feels very dialed in. But of course, again, that's something that BMW does really well, is steering feel and kind of like the connection with the road. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put her in sport mode just to see what it's like to get onto the highway. I've been driving it this entire time in comfort, so just kind of want to see what sport mode is like. Now, this does have the 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine from BMW, puts out around 250 horsepower. I believe the actual number is 248, and I think it's like right around 270 foot-pounds of torque. So it gets up and goes, but it's not anything like mind-bending or mind-blowing or anything like that. But again, for a daily driver where you want to get some good highway fuel economy or even in-town fuel economy, this is just going to be a really good option for you. And okay, got onto the highway here and went ahead and set the cruise control. Really liking this. BMW has this assisted drive feature where it's kind of like semi-autonomous driving, but not really. It does a really great job of like keeping you in the lane. As you can see, it's doing a great job of tracking that car way out in front of me. I'm not sure what my distance is set to on this, but I'm guessing that it's 3 car lengths here. Okay, so very easy to set. Can go up, down right there. So I'm at 1 car length. Now I'm at 3 car lengths. Very easy to understand, very intuitive right here. And again, I'm barely doing anything with the steering wheel, and it's keeping me right in the middle of the lane. Very nicely done. One thing I wanted to just touch on again, going back to the engine choices, most of these German brands do a very good job of when you have, a lot of people think that these are just gas hogs, they're performance oriented, so of course they're not going to get good fuel mileage or fuel economy. And something that really surprises them is that when they take them out or they look at what these cars are getting for fuel economy on in-town highway or anything like that, these actually do a really good job at being efficient. And I think that's just something that all the German brands do really well across the board. Audi, BMW, Mercedes, whatever it might be, they just have a way of getting some really good fuel economies out of this. So if you've been thinking about wanting to get a German brand vehicle, don't think that you're going to pay a huge, fuel guzzler tax or anything like that just because you want something a little bit nicer to drive. Now, because we are in sport mode, the steering wheel got just a touch heavier. Not bad, but man, just it's so easy to drive this thing. The steering input just feels really nice. Really easy to just go into this corner, and we're gonna go ahead and give it just a little bit of gas coming out of it. So we're at about 50 miles an hour. Go ahead and just go. Oh. I mean, it's an inline 4. Is it gonna throw you back in the seat and impress the heck out of you with its performance? No, but it's not bad. Now, who do I think this car would be good for? I genuinely feel like this would actually be a really solid high school / college kids car. You know, they don't need a ton of space, and the trunk is big enough in these things that you can throw quite a bit of stuff in the trunk area. They need something that's going to be reliable, and because it's certified, that means that you get an additional year and unlimited miles on top of the factory warranty. Plus, on top of that, if you throw a service contract on top of it, you get those additional years and unlimited miles with those years as well. So it's a really solid option for someone like a high school / college kid who might be putting a ton of miles on back and forth going from college to home. They need something quiet that, you know, rides on the road really nice. I feel, you know, but they're not going to get in trouble at the performance end of it, because again, it's just a 2-liter, which again, no shade towards, you know, just a 2-liter, but it's not the same thing as the more performance oriented ones. You know, I mean, I feel like that's pretty easy to call that out. And one of the things that we always hear from people that come in and they're looking for a car for their high schooler, college kids car is, well, they need an SUV for the extra ground clearance for snow. I don't know where you guys are driving that there's, you know, so much snow on the ground that that it's just impossible to pass in a regular car. But you throw winter tires on this, you're going to be able to just get through whatever it might be. And I'm pretty comfortable in saying that. And also, there's something that got invented called plows, and you know, they do a pretty good job of removing snow on the roadways. Me personally, if I had winter tires on this, I would have absolutely no worries about getting through a little bit of snow on the road or anything like that. You know, of course, we get, you know, really good winters here in South Dakota. Yes, of course, there's snow on the road, but is it going to be to the point where it's just completely impassable? No. And honestly, at that point, things are probably shut down anyways. You know, the roads are going to be closed. Businesses are going to be, you know, going to understand that you might show up a little bit late. Like, you know, there's some forgiveness there. Nice little giddy up and go there from the bottom. All right, guys, that pretty much does it for this video. If you guys like this kind of content, would you mind just letting me know down below? Like it, subscribe it. That tells me that you guys are enjoying it. Again, this was a 2023 BMW 530i, priced at $37,700. The miles on it is 37,322. It is certified, so you get that extra year of warranty goodness. And the stock number is B7205P. If you are interested in this car or any other car that we might have for sale, go ahead and hit me up at adamhubercarsales.com or send me an email to adam.huber@cadillacofsiouxfalls.com. Really looking forward to talking to you. Talk to you later.